Kenya, a country that rapidly becoming the heartbeat of East Africa. But here is the question: why are so many foreigners packing their bags and moving here? From digital nomads to investors and even retirees, Kenya is attracting people from all corners of the world. Did I actually introduce myself? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. In case you're new, you're most welcome. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Guys, I'm so excited. Today we have another sit down, and guess what? We have another topic. Most of you guys were like, Harriet, why don't you tell us why foreigners are flocking in Kenya? Guys, if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Harriet Anabo. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe, like, and share. All right, let's dive into today's topic. So the first point is thriving tech industry. That is the Silicon Savannah. I remember there's a video that I did, and I was talking about why actually Kenya is taken as the Silicon Savannah. And for the people who are just joining, who are just turning up, I think this is one reason why foreigners are actually flocking in Kenya. Because let me tell you guys, if let's say a person is coming from Europe or they are coming from America, and then they come to Kenya, if you're that person who enjoys partying, if that person who enjoys nightlife, that person who enjoys going to fast foods like cafe javas and all that, you have all that in Kenya. So I think one reason is thriving tech industry. Nairobi is Africa's rising tech capital with innovation hubs like Konza City. I've actually talked about Konza City. Konza City is also known as Africa's Silicon Valley. It's one of the boldest tech and smart city projects in Africa, and Kenya is leading the way with it. For those guys who don't know, Konza City is an upcoming project in Kenya, guys, and I think Kenya's vision is in 2030. But let me tell you, this project has really changed a lot in the development of Kenya. Talk of the iHub leading the way, startups, fintech and big tech companies are powering in, and so are foreign tech professionals. So I feel like that is one reason why actually foreigners are flocking in Kenya, because of the thriving tech industry, guys. The Silicon Savannah. Kenya is called the Silicon Savannah because it has become the major hub for technology, innovation and startups in Africa, much like the Silicon Valley in the United States, but with a unique African identity and purpose. Konza City is a project in Kenya. You can also call it Konza Technopolis. Is a planned smart city aimed at making Kenya the tech hub of Africa. Sometimes it's called African Silicon Valley, a part of the Silicon Savannah. The first phase is mostly complete, including government buildings, roads and data centers. The National Data Center is operational and already serving the public and private sectors. Private investors and universities are moving in, including tech giants eyeing future partnerships. The city is being built with sustainability in mind, clean energy and smart transport and green tech. So I feel like by now, guys, you know why actually foreigners are flocking in Kenya. This is one other reason why they are flocking. This is what I think, guys, according to my research. Guys, let's also talk about another point, which is the natural beauty and adventure. Whether it's the wildlife of Masai Mara, the white sands of Diani, or hiking Mount Kenya, the lifestyle here is unbeatable. Guys, I think I've already told you guys about this when it comes to Nairobi. Nairobi has it all. When you talk of the natural beauty, I'm talking about the let's say the green spaces, talk of the natural forest, talk of the Karura forest, Nairobi, Aboteram, Uhuru Park, all of them are inside the city. Did you guys actually know that Kenya is the only country with a capital city that has got a national park in the capital city, guys? Let me tell you, the first time I went to Kenya, and they told me that Kenya actually has got a national park in the capital, I was like, are you kidding me? You guys. So if you're that person who enjoys wildlife, you're a person who enjoys the natural beauty, the green spaces, you have all that. You have all that in Kenya. So I feel like this is another reason why actually foreigners are flocking in Kenya, because of the natural beauty there, you know. There are also places that as you cannot miss visiting whenever I travel to Kenya, which is the Giraffe Center, Elephant Orphanage. All of them give you unforgettable experience for both tourists and the locals. So I feel like Kenya has this lifestyle that actually foreigners would want to live. I mean, who wouldn't want to stay in Kenya? I always talk about this. Talk of the hiking in Mount Kenya, the lifestyle there. If a person who enjoys beaches, talk of Diani. I've gone to a lot of beaches, guys. I think when I was in Kenya, I actually never stopped in Nairobi. I actually proceeded to the coastal area. So I think if you're that person who enjoys the beaches, or that person who enjoys having views of the beaches, I think you have to proceed to the coastal area, which is Mombasa. After Mombasa, I had to proceed and go to, I think I never went to Diani, but I went to Mombasa, I went to Kilifi, I went to Watamu, I went to Malindi. But in all that period, guys, I was just having the sight of the waters. It is just beautiful there. If you love swimming, that is the area. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So talk of the wildlife as well too. Don't miss going to see the big five. Talk of the lions, giraffes, rhinos. Everything is in the skyline. Don't even actually need to go very far. All those ones are within the city, guys. The city center. That is Nairobi for you. It has got it all. So I think this is one other reason why the foreigners are actually flocking in Nairobi, Let me also talk about welcoming people and vibrant culture, guys. Kenyans are known for their warmth, hospitality, and rich cultural diversity. For many foreigners, this isn't just a visit, it becomes home. I think that has happened to me like a lot of times. Let me even actually not lie, guys, because when I went to Kenya the first time, I think I first went to Nyabohanse, that side of Nyabohanse, and then the second time I had to go to Nairobi. The third time I went to Nairobi. The fourth time I also went to Nairobi. Like, I've been to Nairobi like a lot of times. I think I've been to Nairobi 3 times. Yeah, I've been to Nairobi 3 times, guys, let me tell you. But every time I go back in Nairobi, I feel like I'm at home. Me, whenever I'm in Kenya, I don't even feel like I'm missing home, guys. Let me just be honest. Because Kenya is just like home to me, So Kenya gives you that warmth, hospitality, actually from the people, the rich culture diversity, I feel like Kenya has it all, starting from the people. So me as a content creator, what I look at, because I was also foreigner when I went to Kenya. So as a content creator, what I was looking at is the people. How are they going to welcome me? But guys, actually, the hospitality that I received in Kenya, I never regretted. Starting from the people, actually, they make your stay so simple being in Kenya. So I feel like that is another reason why actually foreigners are flocking in Kenya, because also as the content creators, I think you have done a great job of showing people how Kenya is welcoming, how people are nice there, especially me who is a content creator, guys. Like the hospitality those people gave me, people are actually not even shouting when I was doing my videos. But when you come to my country, it's different. When you come to Uganda, people always tell you, why are you shooting me? Why are you shooting me? Where are you taking me? Are you taking me to sell? Are you taking my pictures? Are you going to sell them? Which is actually, I feel like Ugandans, we are still backward. Let me just not even lie. But I feel like Ugandans, we are actually still backward. I feel like we have a long way to go. So when I was in Kenya, everything was just smooth for me. People actually were literally fighting to be in my camera. That is how nice Kenyan people are. Very vibrant. They have a vibrant culture there. The foods, guys. Now, if I talk about the foods, oh my goodness, guys. They have like a lot of varieties. Talk over, if you're the person who enjoys ugali, because they eat a lot of ugali, they eat a lot of sukuma wiki. There's also street foods. If you're a person who enjoys everything, there are international cafes. Talk of the Art Cafe, talk of Java House, talk of Cafe Javas. They have fast foods there, Glovo, I feel like they have fast foods at every corner. Every corner has got fast foods, So you will not lack when you're in Kenya. The fact that they also have actually a cafe that has robots. It's actually called a robot cafe, guys. I think it's in I'm forgetting the place, but I went there actually. I think by now you guys are already seeing the clip playing here. I went to that cafe, and actually, guys, I was shocked to see that in Kenya there's actually a cafe that has robots that serve people, guys. Let me tell you, Kenya is that place that will just amuse you. Like every time you'll be like, wow. Starting from the people, the environment, the unique culture there. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. Kenya is on another level, guys. It's on another level. I now know why actually it's one of the leading countries in tech in Africa. Kenya is one of them, actually, So I think most of the time when I talk about this and I tell people what happened in Kenya, some people tell me, Harriet, is it true? But guys, I always bring you my experiences. I've been to Kenya like a lot of times. I've been to Nairobi, and not only actually Nairobi, I had to proceed and go to some other places, So I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just sugarcoating, but guys, you can see just from my evidence. I've been there. I've had the experience, I've been there for something like, actually, from all the times I've been there, something like 6 to 7 months, guys, if I count all the times I've been to Nairobi. So I feel like Nairobi has it all, starting from the people, the foods. So you cannot go to Kenya and you miss having all those experiences. So I feel like why the foreigners are actually flocking in Kenya is because of these things, guys. Kenya is beautiful. Kenya is beautiful. Like, it's just amazing. Even just talking about it, I feel like I'm missing it already, Yeah, so I think that's another reason why actually the foreigners are flocking in Kenya. Let me also talk about the business opportunities. If I talk about the business opportunities, I mean Kenya's stable economy, strategic location, and growing middle class make it ideal for entrepreneurs. That's why so many expats are setting up businesses here. Guys, I think I've talked about this. I think even in Kenya, I saw it. Some people actually, they went there as visitors, but they ended up staying there. This is what I was talking about, the way you feel as a foreigner. When you go there, actually, you feel like you can even own something in Kenya. Kenya is that place actually whereby you can buy a property and you own it as a foreigner. Because I think most of the restaurants or international restaurants, I think are made by the foreigners. So I feel like there are a lot of shops, expat-owned businesses, owned by foreigners. So I think that's another opportunity, business opportunities. There's so many in Kenya. And if you're that person who wants to start up a business actually in Kenya, I think I would advise you to go for real estate, because I think real estate, when it comes to restaurants, shops, is the way to go. But real estate is the main thing there. It's a big deal there. You can actually own property as a foreigner in Kenya, guys. I was shocked. So I feel like it gives a lot of business opportunities to even foreigners. There are a lot of them, Indians, talk of Pakistanis, everyone. They're having businesses in Kenya. You find even actually there are Indians or Somalis, so many of them, they're owning businesses. They're actually not even, they actually call themselves Kenyans. They're Indians, but they call themselves Kenyans, So I feel like Kenya is that place that gives everyone opportunity. You go, you can have the opportunity of even working from there. It's just beautiful. When you're in Kenya, you feel like it's not just a visit, guys. It feels like you're home. That's Kenya for you. It's just welcoming, guys. It's just nice, So I think that's another reason why foreigners are actually flocking in Kenya. Another point is affordable cost of living compared to the West. Guys, let me be honest. The people who are coming from the West, the Westerners, I talk of the people coming from the Europe, coming from America, when actually they visit Kenya, it's not actually expensive. The cost of living there is just fair. It's just fair to them. When actually they convert their money to Kenyan money, it's actually little money, like small money for them. So when it comes to housing, it's actually cheap for them. When it comes to healthcare, it's cheap for them. Lifestyle parks for people who enjoy going in trendy restaurants, cafes, nightlife, places like alchemists, art cafes, they'll not actually be expensive for them, Kenya it becomes cheap for them if those ones who are coming from the Western, like Westerners. People coming from Europe, USA. It's actually not expensive for them. It's actually cheap. So when it comes to the cost of living, they can actually survive there. The foods are just cheap. You see, even me actually, when I went there, I felt like Kenya was somehow expensive compared to Uganda. But it never triggered me like a lot, because with Kenya, actually, with any shilling, you can get something valuable. That is Kenya for you. So I feel like even though you are a foreigner and you go to Kenya, it will not be that too tight on you. It will not be that high, too expensive for you. You understand? So now just imagine if you're coming from Europe, you will just have an affordable cost of living. Compared to where you're coming from, And with Kenya, what I love from Kenya, what you pay is what you receive. If, let's say, you pay for an apartment of $1,000, you will get that apartment of $1,000. There's value for money. with Kenya, there's value for money. That's one thing I love about Kenya. So I realized like there are a lot of foreigners who are actually flocking in Kenya, because especially people who are coming from the US, the talk of the whites, talk of the African Americans. There are so many of them in Kenya. They're actually making Kenya their second home, because of the lifestyle there. Literally, you can do anything in Kenya and you don't even miss your home. Because Kenya, talk of the skyscrapers, there are so many of them. Talk of GTC Towers, Prism Tower, KICC, because if you want to see the beautiful skyline of Nairobi, you just go to KICC. I mean, it gives you that vibe, international vibe. Kenya has got both the international and traditional vibe. That is Kenya for you. So I feel like when you're a foreigner, or if you're, for Westerners, the cost of living is just fair. It's just lower compared to where they're coming from, because there's also quality housing, quality lifestyle parks, there's quality, healthcare in Kenya. I think another reason why actually foreigners are flocking in Kenya is the safety, guys. Let me tell you. Okay, there is no country that is 100% safe, but I feel like when you're in Kenya, you have safety somehow. I'm not saying that Kenya is 100% safe, but I'm just talking this about out of my experience, because I was also a foreigner when I went to Kenya, but I felt like my safety was 100% according to me. I think it's because I had people around me. But again, if you're a foreigner and you go to Kenya and you want that safety, I think one thing that you should do is either get a tour guide or get the people there, the locals there. I feel like the locals give it to you the way it is. They tell it to you the way it is, rather the Kenyans. You understand? And again, if you want to move around cheaply or safely, I think you can use Bolt, you can use Uber, things like that. I think when you use Bolt, you make your movements safe. Like you move around safely, you understand? There's a little bit of, that negative side of it, but I think Kenya gives more of the positive vibes, guys. Let me even not lie. You feel safe when you're in Kenya. That is if you go to areas in the right time. I'm not telling you to go to a nightlife or to go to a place at night. Let's say you want to go out and have fun and you're alone, because you never know what you face there. You're already a foreigner there. So just be there at the right time, or go to that particular place with the right people. Understand? Don't go to a place that you're not sure of when it comes to safety alone. I think you should be accompanied by people, or you can have a tour guide. I think even a tour guide can tell you each and everything, because tour guides actually help a lot. That is if you don't know anyone in Kenya, but you need to be also alert. Be alert with your gadgets. Be alert with everything that you have around you, guys. You just need to be smart. Just be smart. Then you can, be safe in Kenya. I'm not lying, but there's no place that is actually 100% safe. But I think there is safety somewhere when it comes to Kenya. So I think that's another reason why foreigners are actually visiting Kenya. Kenya is just beautiful, guys. The beautiful sceneries, oh my goodness. It's just amazing. Kenya is one of the countries that is good when it comes to wildlife. Like, it's there. When it comes to infrastructures, it's just amazing. I think even the infrastructures are another thing that also brings the foreigners in Kenya, or the people to flock in Kenya, is because of their infrastructures, guys. When you talk about the infrastructures, I mean the roads, talk of the modes of transport, guys. Literally, there is everything. There is the train. If you want to have the experience of the train, you can have it. The SGR, they have both the SGR and the MGR. So it's just amazing, guys. It's just amazing. If you want to move around the city, you can also use the famous buses, which are, or you can call them matatus, guys. They also have the public buses, which are the matatus. So it's just affordable. But literally, if you're coming from a foreign country, I feel like Kenya can be a little bit cheap. And you're coming from the US, I feel like Kenya can be cheap for you guys. So I think I've exhausted each and everything. I think those are the reasons why actually the foreigners are actually flocking in Kenya. As I close this, I want to say, so now you know why foreigners are flocking to Kenya, but the real question is, would you move here too? Let me know in the comment section, guys. But as for me, I think I had the best. I think I had the best experience in Kenya, and it's just amazing, guys. Even just thinking about it, I think I miss it already. I miss Kenya already, because I know why people actually are flocking in Kenya. I know, because I've been there, I've experienced it. So if you're that person who wants to go to Kenya, let's say if you're coming from the US, you're coming from Europe, you know that you're supposed to get a visa, e-visa, guys, electronic visa. You need to be with a passport, yellow fever, and all that for you to enter Kenya. Okay, so I think if you have all that, just pack your bags and just go to Kenya and you explore. You have it to the fullest. You have an amazing experience, guys. Because me, I went there, I saw, I conquered, and I came back safely. Okay. So anyways, guys, that was it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, drop a comment and let me know. But I felt like I need to also answer this because most of you guys were like, Harriet, why are foreigners flocking in Kenya? And I was like, why not? Your wish is my command. So I hope I've done justice on this topic, guys. Thank you so much for watching me from beginning to the end. And again, I remain Harriet Nabo. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Love is for free. Share the love. Bye bye.